Before I jump into the process, I want to talk about the franchise development team, because as a buyer, you're going to be working with different types of people and you're going to have different types of experiences with them. So I want to dive into that first. And it's going to tell you if the franchisor is selling, then there's nothing wrong with that. I know franchise founders that are selling, that are going through the franchise, taking people through the franchise buying process, and they have full on CEO founder duties, but they love working with new franchisees. And they might have somebody else doing it or a team doing it, but they're very active in it themselves. And I can see why they would want to do that. So don't read into that, whether it's good or bad. It's just is what it is. But when you do have the founder selling, you get access to them, and you get access to really understanding who they are, what drives them, things like that. So if a franchisor is selling, most likely it's an emerging brand and they don't have a lot of franchisees yet, or they just absolutely love the franchise development process. If they're a new franchisor, then just really know that they probably really are wanting you as a franchisee. Like, they really want you as a franchisee because they need franchisees. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, that's how franchisors grow. So if you really like that brand, you're probably going to be able to do some really good negotiating and get a bigger territory or something a little bit more because you're dealing with the founder. And I'll say this, founders typically are more generous than franchise development reps or than a franchise sales organization, because you as a founder of your local business, you put yourself as a franchisee. Whenever I was a franchisee and I had customers come in, I was always giving them discounts because it's easy to do. And my employees, the team members, would say, Eric, get out of here, go do something else. Just don't be in the business because you're giving too many discounts away. So if you're dealing with a founder, you might get more than you would out of the deal than if you're dealing with somebody else. All right, that's the founder. Then you have franchise development reps. If they're new, you might be getting accurate information. Your information that it might not be very accurate because they're just new to it. So just ask them, how long have you been selling franchises? Did you sell for anybody else? And if you're dealing with an experienced franchise development rep, they're probably going to be more systematic on the approach that they take you through. And just know that they're probably not going to let you run development and run the way that it's supposed to go. They're going to tell you. You're going to say, I want to see the numbers. I want to talk to franchisees. I want to do this. And if they're experienced, they're going to say, heck no, snap back in line. We've got a process. You need to follow a process, because if you don't follow a process, you're going to be the worst franchisee in the world. And we don't want the worst franchisees in the world. Now, I'm being overly dramatic, but an experienced development rep keeps people in line because they got a process to follow. An inexperienced, a new one, it's going to let you run all over them. So if you want to talk to franchisees on your first call and you push it, they're probably going to let you do that. Now, it may or may not be the best thing. Sometimes that's not the best thing. You need to get information at a time when the franchisor should be giving it to you. Because think about it this way. If you're talking to franchisees too early, you're going to be asking them stupid questions. And then when you have better questions, because you understand the model more and you can ask them better questions, they're really not going to want to talk to you because you've already asked them a bunch of stupid questions. So anyway, I'm being pretty harsh on that, but I've seen it time and time again. So my advice is just to follow their process, whether they're new or they're experienced, just follow their process. And sometimes you have a fractional franchise development rep or part-time. And those are great because they're probably really experienced at what they do. They've done it for a number of different brands. I'll tell you this, it's hard to have a number of different brands going on in your head to keep track of different sales processes different ways. But if they're experienced, then you've got somebody that knows franchising. And if they know franchising, then just ask them franchising questions in addition to brand questions, because you can learn a lot from an experienced franchise development person based on their experience in franchising.